Hey guys, are you currently using Stream Elements chatbot and having issues, or another chatbot and having issues? Today I'm going to show you how to do streamer.bot, how to get set up, connected to Twitch and OBS, and some basic understanding of how it works. So the first thing you're going to want to do is head over to streamer.bot, click download. Once you do that, so now that you've got it downloaded, it's going to be a zip file inside of your downloads folder. You want to extract that. So if you do right click, extract all, select where you want to extract it. I have it on my desktop. I already have one there, so I'm not going to bother doing this again, but create a folder, label it what you want to label it. Once you've done that, head over to where the file folder is, open it up. I've got mine open there. And scroll down until you see the streamer.bot exe. If you're going to be using this often, you may want to send a shortcut to the desktop. You can do that here, send create desktop shortcut. And you're going to want to double click and open it. All right, and now that it is loaded up, first thing you are going to want to do is to connect it. So let's go ahead and get that connected. So you want to go over to platforms, Twitch, accounts. Click the login. It's going to pop open a thing like this. It's giving your bot permission to do all the things it needs to do. Read through it if you want. And click authorize. Close. Alright, so as I'm sitting here editing this video, I'm realizing that I didn't talk about that bot account that was just on the screen there. If you want a bot account, what you do is you click login just like you did for your account to connect to Twitch. It's going to pop up in your normal browser, copy and paste that, open it in an incognito tab, and log into your bot account. A bot account is just a second account that you have on Twitch. I have mine as bot Creme. You can create one if you want. That's useful for commands. You can have it so that instead of you giving out the chat response, you can have it so that your bot does. So as you can see, I'm now logged in. If I go over here to viewers, one other thing I should mention is you can reorganize these tabs up at the top if you would like. So I normally have platforms dragged over here and action queues on the opposite side of commands. The reason why I have that is platforms, actions, and commands are going to be the three things you use the most. Alright, so now that you've got that logged in, you're going to want to connect it to OBS. So you want to go over to Stream Apps, right click, click Add. Give it a name. Anything over OBS 28 should be version 5, but you'll go to OBS, go to Tools, go to WebSocket Server Settings, and then click on that Show Connect Info. Once you do the Show Connect Info, copy what that is into here, your host, your port, and your password, and then hit connect. I would also click on Auto Connect on Startup and reconnect on Disconnect. So as you can see, I put in all my information there now. It still says disconnected. If it says disconnected when you first try connecting it, just right click on it, hit connect, and it should say connected. If you go over here, it should show you what is going on. So now that we've done that, let's go through some of the basics and where to find things. Your actions tab inside of here is where you're going to create everything that you want it to do. Inside of commands is going to be your chat commands that trigger it. So your exclamation mark, SO, or whatever. And then inside of platforms under Twitch events, these are going to be all of your automatic ones. So if you want automatic shoutouts for first time someone chats, it's going to be under first words. If you want something to happen anytime someone follows, it's going to be under follows. If you want something to happen anytime someone subs, it's going to be under subs. All right, so now let's go ahead and build in an action. We'll do a shout out command. So head over to actions. Under the actions tab, right click, do add, name it. So we'll name it shout out. groups. This is for organization purposes, making it easier to find. We'll just do mods. All right. So now that we've got that, we've got an action. We need it to actually do something. So under sub actions, we'll right click, head down to Twitch, head down to users, streamer.bot to know who it's shouting out. So you want to head over to get user info for target. Click that, and you want to do from input, because that is you're doing !SO, and then you're targeting someone. If you wanted it to be whoever types something, you would do get user, or the user one. If you want it to be you do broadcaster. Okay, so now we've got that. We want it to send a chat message. Send chat message. I've already got mine written out. So these variables are coming from this action of add target info from input. One thing to note is it will run these sub actions in the order they are in. So if you had it switched like that, you're going to get back a checkout % target user. It will read this directly. It won't replace those variables. So now that we've got that, how is it going to be triggered? Well, we want it to be triggered with a command that someone's going to type in chat. So switch over to the commands, right click on it, do add. This here, so now that we've got this box open, the command is what you want someone to type. So do !SO. You can again put it in groups if you want. The action, this is what it's going to actually do. So you need to click on this, find the one that you want. If you have a lot, you can type in and it will narrow it down so it's easier to find. So you want it to do the shoutout command. Make sure that says shoutout. You can set a cooldown if you want it to only run once every 60 seconds or whatever. And then over here is who you want to actually be able to do it. Do I want only my moderators to do it? Do I want only my VIPs to do it? Or do I want moderators and VIPs? Or do I want, if you want only you to do it, you can actually do only you under user permissions. I'm going to leave this as moderators. So now to test this, if we go up here, do !SO, do myself there. As you can see, it typed out exactly what we put. It replaced the % target user with myself. It replaced it in here as well. And it said what game I was last playing. Show you that it works for anyone. As you can see, replaced target user with CloudBee's name, as well as within the shoutout or within the Twitch link. And they were last playing only sleeping. There you go. You've built a command. One nice thing with streamer.bot is you can do import codes. So Discord or a lot of people who do YouTube videos, some of them will give you import codes so you can copy exactly what they export. So if they wanted to share their shoutout commands, or for example, I have here my first command. So I've built this automatic shoutout for when people come in and type in chat for the first time. It also comes with an add to regular action and a regular command. So the way I have that first word's built here, let me import it and show you actually. So that was just a warning saying that the command's going to be disabled. If I come over here and show you my first words, if you look at this, this is C#. The users are in bots group, it fails. So it doesn't shout out bots. So if you have Stream Element still, or Rocket Rank bot, or whatever bots you have in your channel, if you add them to a group of bots, it won't shout them out. Then I have, if they're in a group of regulars, it will run this action, which is called welcome. So you would have to create an action called welcome. If you want it to just be your regular shout out one, what you can do is you can delete this and do shout out. You want it to be named the exact same as the command you want. Case sensitive and everything within that quotation marks. And then I have another one that this is just from my main streamer.bot. So I have another one that says, thank you for coming in. The welcome not streamer, even if they are a streamer, if they're not in that regulars group, it will play the welcome not streamer one. So once you've changed that to whatever command you want, you hit save. And same with the regulars. If you have a group, let me show you groups actually. So if we go over to settings, it's already there, but it would be on this page. You want to come over to groups. You want to add in a group. You want to call it regulars, like I have. Do add bots, do a bots group, right click, bots. These are good for allowing people to do commands. So if I come back up here and go shout out, I can then allow my regulars to do shout outs. I can select who gets to do who gets to be a regular. Can do that by coming over to viewers, right clicking, and go group. Now I am part of the regulars group. And if you want to see everyone who's been in your chat, even if they're not here, you can uncheck that. This is very useful for allowing certain people to do certain things. So now that we've got that, let me show you how to add in a sound. So if you have sound commands that you want people to be able to add and have it only work for them specifically, I'm going to show you how to do that. Before we do that, let's create an action cue. We'll call this sounds and we'll make it blocking. So what the blocking does is it only allows one to play at a time. So if you want them all to play, let's say 2 people play theirs at the exact same time, a blocking cue will play one, wait till that one finishes, and then play the other. If it's not a blocking cue, it will play them both at the exact same time. So then go over to actions. We'll create one. We'll call this fail. We'll do it off the fail alert here. We'll put this into sounds, and we're going to select that action cue as sounds. So that way it's blocking. Come over to sub actions, do core, come down to sounds and play sound. You get to select which audio output you want it to go to. Select the sound effects one for myself. Come up here. You'll find in your browser, it's going to open it up some random place. I've done this before, which is why it's already where all my sounds are kept. Find the sound that you want it to play. Test it, make sure it works. And press OK. So now we need a way for that to get triggered. So come over to commands, create a new command. We'll do this as fail, and we'll put it in a group of sounds and select that sound. If you want it to be able to only play for certain people, you'll click on user permissions. We'll set it as myself here, just for testing purposes. I've got my bot account open. It should not work from this because this is signed in as my bot. I've unmodded him so that he doesn't have mod powers, and there you go. That didn't work because it's set so that only I can play it. So now if I pull down the one that I'm logged in on a different browser, and we do mute fail, as you see, that one worked. So you can select a specific user. That is how you do walk-on commands or specific sound alerts. So next I'm going to show you channel points. So if we head over to platforms, Twitch, channel point rewards. So as you can see, these are all owned by streamer.bot. I've created these in my own instance of streamer.bot. So before I do that, I'm going to create a new one that is not owned by streamer.bot just to show you how to transfer those over. So I've headed over to Twitch and created one and just called it streamer.bot example. As you can see here, it says no. No, it is not owned. So what you want to do is do duplicate. Now it says it is owned. You go into where your Twitch dashboard is, find the one that you had originally created through Twitch dashboard and delete it. Once you've done that, there should only be the one that says copy. You can edit this to remove the copy. And now it has full control. So you can set the max number of times it can be redeemed per stream, the max number of times it can be redeemed per user per stream. You can set cooldown. There's lots of things you can do. You can set an action. So if you want it to play the fail sound every time, you can link it to an action. One really neat thing about having streamer.bot control your channel point rewards is you can set it specifically per game. So as you see here, I've got keyboard and mouse next match. This is a Rocket League redeem. This only shows up on my channel when I am playing Rocket League. I then have a Man Overboard redeem. This is a Sea of Thieves redeem. This only shows up on my channel when I am playing Sea of Thieves. You can set it an action to be able to control your channel points. I'm going to show you how to do that. You head over to the Actions tab. We'll create a new one and we'll call this Rocket League. We'll call this CP controls, and it doesn't need to be in a specific queue. So now you come over to sub actions, come over to Twitch, down to rewards, and you can configure rewards. So not configured. We want to add the ones that are Rocket League to enabled. Enable. This one is also Rocket League. Enable. This one is not Rocket League, so let's disable that. This one is an all the time one, so we can just leave that. We leave that. This one is a Sea of Thieves one, a Sea of Thieves one, a regular one, regular one, regular one, regular one, regular one, and we'll leave the streamer.bot example and press OK. So now we need to figure out how is this going to trigger. The easiest way to trigger it is if you come over here to platforms, Twitch, events, stream update. So what you want to do is you want to, got no game in here, so you want to add in a new game. So you click the search category, search Rocket League, and select that. Select add. So now we've got Rocket League there. Select the channel points control of Rocket League. So now if I pull down my Twitch dashboard here and open this up, you'll see there is no Rocket League redeems. So the keyboard and mouse and random preset is not there. When I come over here, and let me just change my game to Rocket League and press done. Wait about 2 seconds. Now those have already automatically been added. So random preset, keyboard and mouse next match. If you set new ones for each game that you regularly play, you can easily remove those. Gives you a little bit of an idea of what it can do and why. It's useful having streamer.bot control your channel points. So one other thing that I'm going to go over here, OBS control, controlling a source in OBS. Showing source in OBS. Let's just do add one. We'll call it like and sub. So in order to add show a source in OBS, you're going to go down to OBS. These are your options here. You've got lots you can do. One of the ones you're going to do probably the most is under sources and set source visibility state. So you'll want to select which scene. It's going to default to the scene that you're on. My suggestion is to do stuff in nested scenes. That way, if you want it to show on multiple of your scenes, you just nest that scene. I need to find my scene called testing things. And then you select the source. So I have a folder called YouTube like and sub, and we're going to set it to visible. And then we're going to add in a core action of a delay. These are milliseconds, so 1000 is 1. So let's just do 5 seconds here. And then you can actually just duplicate this. However, since we did visible, what we want to do is double click on it and do hidden. You could just do a toggle, but then if something is already visible and you set it to visible. Anyway, so let's set up a way that we want this to trigger. So we showed you channel point actions. You could do it on that. We've showed you commands. You could do it on that. I'm just going to do it on a command. We'll do it on YouTube. We will select the OBS control of like and sub. So if I go ahead and bring my chat down here, let's make it full screen because I'm pretty sure the whiting is white, and do YT. It shows the source. 5 seconds later, it removes said source. And that is doing OBS control with streamer.bot. You can do all kinds of different things. You can show your camera, hide your camera. Anything you can do in OBS, you can trigger it through streamer.bot. All right. So now to show you timed actions, I wanted to include this because it is a little bit difficult to find. It doesn't make sense to me as to why it is where it is. But this is going to be if you want it to do anything at a specific time interval or chat line interval. You can have it set so it shouts out your Discord or reminds people to follow you, whatever you want it to have set. So to find this, you're going to actually go over to settings. And then under here, you're going to click on this timed action one. I already created one. We're just going to redo this because this is my second time doing it. And I forgot to delete that one. So streamer.bot. Example. We'll do it for every 10 seconds or one chat line, and we'll select the like and sub. And then to show you that this works, switch over to this. All right, guys. So in order to show you that this is working, I'm going to go ahead and type in my chat, and there you go. Because it's been more than 10 seconds, and there's the line. I'm going to type again, and it's going to pop up in 10 seconds. But thank you guys very much for coming in and watching this video. If you found it all useful, make sure you hit the like. If you didn't find it useful, let me know in the comments why. And if you want to see more or want to support me, subscribe. It helps me a lot. And if there's anything specific that you want to see out of this, comment below. I might break these up into smaller segments. I know this is a really long video, but I wanted to be able to get you from start to functioning and give you a basic understanding of how streamer.bot works, where everything's laid out, and yeah, hopefully this accomplished that. In the meantime, keep being friggin' amazing, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.